Okay, good morning. Now I'm here for a super special, awesome episode of my show. Today we are talking about really cool, educational, or super fun Christmas toys that aren't toys really though. Like they're learning things. Anyway, they're super fun, super cool. I'm gonna get right to it because I got a ton. First up, we got snap circuits. Remember I always talk about snap circuits? I'm gonna show you on the screen what to do, how it works, or I'm gonna show you inside it. But basically you just copy one of these. With these parts up here, you copy one of these and then something will happen and you can read this to your kid. Okay, so do not be intimidated by them like I was. Okay, next up we got something very cool, snap ships. Snap ships are awesome. Snap ships, take those out, those are not snap ships. These are parts for snap ships and you just put them together to build various ships. They come with people, so you can build the ship that they design, or you can just have a bin like I do. There's even more than that. It's just the kids play with them all the time. So this is a toy that I've always played with. I would recommend it 100% of the time to do, and it is reasonably priced. Next up, we have air dry clay. Where's the thing they built with air dry clay so I can show you? So here they built, it's non-toxic, it's cheap for like $7 in the States anyway. For $7 you can get 36 or something little buckets of different color, little packages of different color clay, and it's non-toxic and it air dries. So this was, they made different planets they were making, or different worlds that they were making. So I highly recommend that. I ordered a bunch more on Black Friday specials. Okay, next up, what about, I found this and I would totally get it. It's a cyborg hand. It is from Thames and Kanos, and it is a cool cyborg hand. And it's not even that much money. After that, we got, of course, magnets. If you have it, so there's magnetiles and magneformers. Magneformers, those can't be used by little kids. It will just give them a lot of frustration because they're not as easy. You can stack them up against the wall and do light colors through them and things like that. But just building stuff, I say 6 and up for those. But the magneformers, anyone can use starting at age 4. And they're super cool, super fun, super transportable. Okay. Next up, let's talk about some robots. I have a child who continually asks for robots, so I got a couple different robotics kits to show you. One is a coding robotics kit. That's pretty pricey. I'll show you on the screen, where it's just learning how to code. So you build this guy, it's great, 8 and up, they can do it themselves and you just supervise it. But under that age, like I had to help build the robot for it before we started on the coding journey. So that's more, it's like $150 and it's more someone else, it's more learning, if you will. Sorry, I'm getting distracted because I'm hearing screaming or yelling in the other room and I'm not sure why. Okay, so there's also this that I got. So this was 7-in-1 different configurations and he walks and things like that. All right, I'm gonna whisper this one because this is a surprise I got this year for Christmas. So where is it? Where is it? Honestly, I have so many things just stacked up here. Oh, here it is. So if you have a Titanic fan, I have a Titanic fan in this house. So we have gotten the Titanic Lego, but not Lego. And this is a different one. This is by Brick Loot. And what it does is you turn this, you get to see the Titanic going into the water. So you'll see it glide into the water as you turn the handle down there. So that's one of the things we got. But another thing, if you have a Titanic fan, is look what we got. This was kind of for a Titanic study unit we haven't done yet, but it's just replicas of different tickets and menus and posters and things that they had back then for the Titanic. So, but it's like replicas of it. You know what I mean? The advertisement that they use, the brochure and things like that. So that was kind of cool. But 2 other things, if you have a Titanic fan, get a Titanic blanket. If you go onto the website, I honestly forget the website right now, my website, but if you go onto it and you'll click under Titanic, you will see the Titanic blanket we got. It's awesome. It is so soft and so big, and it wasn't very much money, and it's beautiful, and I've watched it 100 times and it works, it's great. So that plus the book, I want to say Titanic Cat. Titanic Cat is a winner if you ask me. Okay, another thing you can do is, what I've done before is I've gotten Halloween costumes for them. So I knew my son loved Darth Vader, so I got him Darth Vader last year at Christmas so that he could wear it again. Just so I didn't want to buy a ton of toys. What I don't recommend is books. I don't recommend giving them books because we read books all the time, so it's not well received anymore. But what I did do, and I still think is a great idea, is I buy the first book in a series for Christmas, and that way we can get the rest of the series at the library so that I'm not paying for the entire series. Okay, back to things. We got ultralight airplanes. There you go, 5-in-1. ultralight airplane. This by Thames and Kanos. We got a couple by Thames and Kanos here. This is Simple Machines. It was only 20 bucks. So you can do, but again, if you want to talk about different machines and building things, if you look at Mark Rober, his craft kits, I forget what it's called, but his craft kit has a ton of, they're just very cool. They're very cool, different projects you can do. And I think you can order any box you want. I don't think you have to specifically wait, and it comes with a video on how to put it together. So that was highly requested by my kids as far as STEM products go. Okay, besides Tinker Toys are amazing. Science kits are very fun. I got one here that is very cool. Let me show it to you. So check out this. This is the National Geographic the Mega Science Series Amazing Reactions Chemistry Set. 45 easy experiments. So we got that. And then we got, this is very fun. My kids loved it. It is, you dissect a frog. You dissect a frog, and then it's got jelly so you can refill it. So it's called Dissect It with 2 S's. Okay, a pottery wheel. A pottery wheel. So this is the pottery wheel for beginners we have. I do not recommend this one. I was very disappointed. So I think a pottery wheel is great. Now, I would, if you have no price tag, I would get a professional pottery wheel, or I would make one if there is. Like, we're gonna make one because they're thousands of dollars. So we're gonna make one. I just haven't found one yet that I love. I mean, I've only tried this one, but it's just not sufficient. It's not, I just don't like it. I just don't think, and it's very loud. It is incredibly loud. Hex bugs. Hex bugs are very fun. Very fun. You can build them. They got a bunch you can build. You can use the nano bugs. The nano are what we used. And I mean, we've had all types of hex bugs throughout the years come in, but they have some robots you can build as well. So I think hex bugs is a great gift. I couldn't believe when I found this. This is Minecraft building blocks. They're blocks, but they're like Minecraft blocks. So I don't know, isn't that just cool because it's Minecraft and because it's building blocks? I also recommend some of the coolest blocks you can ever do is the blocks you make yourself. You go into Home Depot, you get some 2x4s, and then you bring the 2x4s and you cut it, you know, in like, say 4 inches. 4-inch segments, or as many as you want, but then cut some longer. Then also get different types. You can cut round boards. You can get in the wood section. I mean, just look through and find some stuff that would make cool roads, you do need like a flat surface that you can, for roofs and things like that, so that they can stack them up, but giant building blocks and make them yourself, and it's super cheap. And yeah, it's one of the best gifts that we've ever made for the boys. One of the best things we've ever made. Before I get to games, because I also have a ton of games to show you, I probably should have stacked this better. This is a rock and mineral set. I would also recommend getting a telescope is it a telescope? Well, at least a magnifying glass, so that you can, I don't know, magnifying glass are fun. And look at it, comes with all these different rocks and gems and all these different cards in which to tell you, like, so you can identify them. So there's just a lot to do. You can also pair this with the National Geographic, the rock tumbling kit, which I haven't used, so I don't know. But I do think I don't think it's as great as it's cracked up to be if you get a rock tumbler, because I think it's supposed to take a long time to tumble, like weeks. Anyway, take that for what you want. I just don't want you to get gifts and then pull it out and be like, oh, that sucked. It's a microscope. That's what it is. Look out for this one. I'll put the link in the description, of course, or on the website. And it's a cable car toy. So if that isn't cool, you build a cable car. I mean, I don't know. I'm picturing going from one bunk bed to another bunk bed. Just delightful times are what I'm picturing in my head. Also, I found it's a very cool, you build it. It's a little raft. So it's a raft that you can build using supplies from nature. So you can use a leaf. You can make your own sail if you don't want to use a leaf. And so it comes with a frame of the raft and then the stick, and then you add on either, again, you do it or you create it, you make it, or you find it in nature to make your own little raft. One of the things I wouldn't do is I would not get any big toys. Don't get anything that's ginormous and plastic. It is not played with as much. I mean, it has a big impact if you're like, oh, that is so cool. Like I'm talking one of those playhouses, either playhouses or play kitchens. Like those are great, but they don't get the play for the amount of room they actually take up in your house. So it's kind of disappointing. So immediately it'll be played with for a bit and then it'll be forgotten about. Little toys are always played with, but big toys for some reason just don't get the play, and it's not really worth the time. The one thing that is the exception is the KidCraft The firehouse and police station has gotten a lot of play over the years. They love that one. And same with if you like space stuff as well. Another idea is the Playmobil Space. Any of their space stuff, again, it just doesn't get the play though that the other stuff does. So there is that. It doesn't get the play that the other toys that I'm showing you, like I'll tell you when they play with it all the time, and I tell you when they don't. The axe throwing plastic toy. So what it is it's not dangerous, it's not sharp, and you throw it. I just think it's a great family gift that you can keep outside. And it's just got the plastic, I don't know, spikes in it that again aren't hard, but hold it in. So I just think that's a great family gift and an outside gift. Another type of blocks is castle blocks. If you haven't seen castle blocks, they're not as easy to find. Usually you have to buy them used, but they are very cool. And they're just they're little blocks that have like castle designs on them, so you can build castles with them. So very fun. Okay, two others are a crystal growing kit, which we have used before and are very fun, or the geode smashing. So the geodes is you get geodes and then they're basically giant rocks and you just smash them open. So you either put them in a plastic bag, like a Ziploc bag, and smash them if you don't have glasses, or you put a cloth on top and smash them with a hammer, and then you have little geodes inside. The only downside I've noticed is that they're kind of all the same. They just usually got quartz inside, so it's very one-dimensional. It's not like you're opening up all these different types of geodes, but perhaps there is a geode kit out there that has a bunch of different types of geodes in it. And then my son has taken the pieces of the geodes and wrapped wire around them, like jewelry making wire, or wire from the dollar store, and then to make little pendants that he can use to make bracelets and jewelry with. Up next, we got, you do a lava lamp, light bright, or even it's a plasma light. A plasma light is pretty cool. It's just the one where you touch it and it like makes, you touch the outside of it and this, I want to say static electricity, but I don't know what it is, comes out and touches your hand. So of course, scooter or rollerblades. So let me give you a tip for rollerblades. I got rollerblades for my youngest when he was 5. And what we discovered is that if you take rollerblades and you put rollerblades on, if you use a scooter, you can rollerblade alongside the scooter and the scooter will keep you up and keep you going fast. So it'll help your momentum. Do you know what I mean? If you have a scooter that has the handles and you're holding the handles, and so your son's holding the handles and then he can scooter along holding that. It's almost like if you were on the ice and you had that big red thing, or a chair, if you were on ice skates to push you around. It's the same concept. Okay, a stocking stuffer idea would be a coupon for one new app on your cell phone that you pick out with parent approval. 2 apps that I think are very cool, and you could do the free versions of them, is Inventioneers or the Mario World one. It's the Mario one where you jump and jump and jump. It's very easy. Even little kids can do it because it automatically runs and it automatically jumps over stuff. So very easy for little kids. And the Inventioneers is just super cool. Okay, couple more things is a tent, spy gear. Spy gear, very fun. You can find spy gear out there. Some kids love the spy gear, and they got spy watches. They got these little alarms and motion sensor things. They even have a pen where you write a secret note on it, and then if you have the special pen, you can turn the light on and you can read it. So you can decode it. Terrariums. They have super cute terrariums. The terrarium we made last year was unicorns. We made unicorn terrariums. And so it comes with your moss, comes with the lights, comes with little fairy lights, but you can do whatever you want. You can do real ones that have a lot of things that grow in them. They're basically, little, so even as far as little ecosystems or vegetables growing in it or whatever. But terrariums are super fun. They got space ones, they got dinosaur ones, so a lot of different themes. Another kit is by National Geographic has it, and it is digging out. It's a lot of work because I've gotten these kits before. I haven't gotten this specific one, but so for a little older kid, so I would say 8 and up, maybe even 9 and up. But essentially, you dig out, you excavate in amber, and then there's a scorpion in amber, there's a couple different insects in amber. So definitely something to consider if it's a cool concept to dig out and to pull out the different amber things, but the only problem is those are usually a lot of work to do, and kids give up. Now let's go through some super cool games. I'm sitting here with a mess of stuff around to show you. I'm going to start with one of my favorites. This is Othello. All you do is you start 2 white, 2 black, age 4 and up they can play. See if it shows you on the back. Yep, that's how you start. And you flip it over. So Othello, I highly recommend Othello. This is Dress Code. This is for little kids where you open it up and it's got different patterns on the background. So different patterns, and the book will tell you which pattern to make. So let me show you. So it'll say, okay, so this is the picture this is the challenge. This is what you're supposed to copy. There's a boy, but he's all clear. And so you have to put the proper backgrounds for him and his snowman in order to make this successfully. So that is one of the games. And I like these games, these smart games. They're not smart brain games. I call them that, but they're not. They're just smart games because I can do it as a team with my children. And it's one of the things I'm doing right now, which is play a game with mom every day. Okay, let me show you Block Us. Block Us is fun because you put one down anywhere, and then the opposing player puts one down. It's a strategy game. And then even ages as young as 5 can play, 5 or 6. And then you just have to have it match the corner. So you can put them down. It's got to attach somehow, be a corner, if that makes sense. If I'm making sense to you. That's how it starts. That's how it progresses. And then whoever has the most on the board. And it's fun because you can, one person will trap the other person. 2 games for really little kids. Not really little, but up to age 7, I would say. This is the icebreaker game. To save room, I got rid of the boxes, and it really does work just if you do that. But it doesn't look as pretty. That's the problem, is the kids don't see them as much. They're not as easy for the kids to see. But so you set this up, and then you tap away at the ice cubes, and then as soon as this guy falls, that's who loses. So it's kind of cool, because then it's just turn taking, but it is a fun game. This one, very good game, very fun game for little kids, I would say starting at even age 3. Okay, so this is Feed the Wuzzle, or Woozle. And essentially what it is, game takes like 15 minutes, which I like, ages 3 and up, 2 to 5 players. So he has really gross things. So you roll the dice, oh, you got to feed him really gross things. So he's over on the other side of the room. You put these really gross things on your spoon if it says 3, and then you walk across the room and dump it in his mouth. But there's different ones. Like there's like when you spin the spinner here, oh, I need to dance while doing it. I need to dance while holding it. I need to walk backwards. I need to. So there's different ways you can play. And for some reason, it has been a big hit in our house. Yeah, I don't know either. Like some games they love, and I'm like, why? Why do you like that? But I keep playing because, you know, trying to be a good person. Okay, next up, we got Camelot Jr. Again, different challenges to get them together. So it'll give you a bunch of blocks, and it'll set up a few blocks, and then it'll give you extras, and it'll say, okay, now put these blocks on to get it so this queen can walk to the king. So that is ages 4 and up, 48 challenges. Next up, we got, this is Little Piggies. It can be played 2 ways. So the 2 ways are that the wolf is outside and the pigs are inside. That's at nighttime. And then, and basically it just shows you. So this is the setup. And this would be the daytime one. So you need to put the houses on so that the pigs are all inside. And that's it. And then when you're done that, you flip to the next one. So see, it can be played as a team if you wanted it to be. This game is sweet. This game is The Postman. This you can only get from Tinkerdoodle. I think it's called Tinkerdoodle. This is the Postman game. So what you do is when you set it up, you're setting up a city. So you get to set up a city whichever way you want. And then you get letters delivered. And it tells you who to deliver the letters to. And so you each have a letter, and whoever finds the house first. And then it's kind of a memory game, but it's also a who finds it fastest in your family. So kind of fun. And it's different almost every time because the puzzle pieces of the city are all different. Next up, I have not played this yet. This is 7 up, so ages 7 and up. I haven't played it yet, but it's the same concept of all these. The strategy game. They got a puzzle on it. You got to solve a puzzle. This is the Pirates one. This I have played right here. This is cool. This is ages 8 to adult. I find it a little hard, a little challenging, but it's good. It's the Titanic game. So it is. It's got your pieces in here. Okay, 2 more games. We got this. Oh no, 3 more games. This is Tenzi. So you each hold 10 dice in your hands, and then you drop it, and then you choose a number. Like say you see, maybe you see 3 dice are showing the number 4 on top. So you're like, that's what I'm going to shoot for. So you just put the 4 to the side, and you keep rolling and taking out the 4s as you get it. Keep rolling. And so everyone does it, and whoever gets the same amount, like whoever gets their number, I don't know, all the same number first wins, right? So because everyone chooses a different number, whatever they want to go for. So Tenzi. This is also, there's like 100 games you could play if you have 10 dice or the amount of dice needed for Tenzi. This is the asteroid game. So this is not as challenging as I thought it was going to be. bought it for my oldest son, and it's not as challenging as I thought it was going to be. But essentially, these are the puzzles. So you set it up, and you always got to get the spaceships. Got to go out this little exit here. So you move them, move the planets a certain way in order to get the plane so that he can eventually slide out. And it's a little frustrating. It just does not have the name on it anywhere. And our last game, because it was just such a, I don't know, my son loves it. He loves it. It's great for those kids who have challenges, who love challenges. You just pull it out. Can you find, dun dun dun, something you find in the kitchen that rhymes with moon? What did you find? What letter did it begin with? And it's got just different challenges. Something that is the same color as a flamingo. Something that is the color formed by mixing yellow and blue. Kind of fun. Okay, there's a million Christmas gift ideas. I hope that you find them. I hope that you get some good deals on them. And I hope you have a fun day. And tune in next time. And thanks for every commercial you watched. It does give me a few, I wouldn't say a few pennies, but it gives me something, and I appreciate it. Take care and have a good day. Can you say, please like and subscribe?
Please like to like.
And hit the bell for notifications.
Hit bell, you know, notification.